service ace, and the Gators win it in 4.
No stranger to being a head coach, Theis has 14 NCAA tournament appearances on his resume, including 3 trips to the national semifinals.
Parks sets the middle. August got it down for the kill.
Now, the former UF assistant returns to Gainesville for his first year as head coach of the Florida Gators.
What a comeback for the Gators.
The Ryan Theis Show on WRUF is presented by International Diamond Center and the Gator Attack Club, and brought to you in part by Meldon Law, Alma Mater, Ruse Ogra State Farm, Quality Plumbing, UF Bookstore, Doreen Wiebe, Miapa Latin Cafe, Titan MRI, Campus USA Credit Union, Fairlife Milk, and the head beer coach.
Alongside Ryan Theis, here's the voice of Gator Volleyball, Tom Collett.
Good evening and welcome to our show on this Tuesday night. We have Ryan back in the house as the Gators split a weekend with the 2 Tiger teams, at home against Auburn and then on the road against LSU. And we open the show tonight, at least on my behalf, a little bit unorthodox ways. And I begin with a small mea culpa. We had the match on SEC Network Plus on Friday night. I was alongside Ainsley Clifford, and it was a historic night. We'll get to that in just a minute because this is a perfect segue into it. But I incorrectly, Ryan, identified the last Florida player to have a triple-double before the wonderful night Alexis Stuckey had with a triple-double against the Auburn Tigers on Friday night, and fell prey to a AI search. And, of course, I identified one who was the first to have a triple-double, that being Angie McGinnis, an All-American 3 times over. But the last player to have a triple-double before Alexis Stuckey had that feat on Friday night was Kelly Murphy, one of the Mount Rushmore of Florida volleyball, a 4-time AVCA All-American, the Freshman of the Year in the AVCA, the nationwide. She just had so much to offer this program. When you go back, her senior year was 2011. 30 career triple-doubles. It's just mind-boggling for what she accomplished.
When I heard the second player ever, with Stuckey line, I assumed that would mean Kelly Murphy was the first. And so when I heard Angie McGinnis, I kind of said, isn't Kelly Murphy in there somewhere?
Oh, definitely.
I got the luxury of working with Angie McGinnis for 2 seasons and recruiting Kelly Murphy. And she was in that #1 recruiting class in the nation back when I was here. And I remember Mary calling me on a Friday night at 11 p.m., 10:30, 11 o'clock. My phone rang. We had won Friday night, and I answered the phone and said, "This can't be good." And it was, Mary at 10:30 or 11, and it was, "Hey, we got it. Kelly Murphy just committed." And she went, great job, great effort by me, and we worked hard on that one. And
that was quite a recruiting class.
Yeah, and Kelly's amazing.
I remember Betsy Smith was in that class. There were quite a few great players. Cindy Batheld, who only stayed 1 year.
Yep. That was a big one. I think we had 5 or 6. And Kelly, she's been to a game. She has been on a alumni Zoom. I've talked to her on the phone once or twice, and she is all about being a Gator and the transition and what we're going through. And it's great. She's a wonderful human being. And she actually had a significant knee injury playing adult volleyball that she's recovering from now. So her pro career, as we know, is over, Olympic and pro. And now her goal, I said, is your goal just to be able to play volleyball again with adults and for fun? And she said, yeah, that's the goal now. So she's working on that.
Well, my apology for missing the mark with our viewers and listeners who might have watched SEC Network on Friday night, and to Gator great Kelly Murphy, one of the most decorated players in Florida volleyball history, which makes it only 2 players before what Alexis Stuckey did on Friday night. Now, Kelly Murphy was a slash player, if you will, played right side and set, so she got a lot more opportunities to take attacks, but you seeing this maturation of what Alexis Stuckey is doing for this team. It's quite outstanding. She seemed to be picking her spots great on Friday night, whether it be squaring up or setting the ball across the net, taking attacks, and setting up her teammates. She had a wonderful floor match on Friday night.
Yeah, I think she'd give a lot of credit to teammates. I mean, for her to score points, it means the pass and or dig is right above the net, where she likes it. It means she has good vision based on tempo. And was able to find holes for sure. So I think she'd give a lot of credit to others, but absolutely. And we could use some kills out of her. So that was a great step in the right direction for offense.
Is that something critical now moving forward, that you're going to have to get some on second contact from the setter position?
Yeah, I mean, we need 14 and a half-ish kills a game, and some games require 17 or 18. If you get some blocks and aces, they might only require 12 or 13. So how are you going to get to that 14? And if she can pitch in, 1.5 to 2 of those, it helps us all.
Distribution was great on Friday night. You get 4 players, including the aforementioned Stuckey, with double-digit kills. And Madkin gives you a great lift off the bench.
Yeah. No, Anaya has done that a couple of times this year off the bench. She has the ability to score points, and so when she's in rhythm and feels good, it helps a lot to have, if her and Jordan are both scoring, 3, 4, 5 per set each on the left pin, it makes getting to that 14.5 a lot easier.
Their number to call to be part of our program tonight is the Meldon Law law firm fan line is 352-392-8255. Again, the Meldon Law is the official injury law firm partner of the Florida Gators. You can join us at 352-392-8255. Ryan Theis show tonight here Tuesday. We fast forward to Sunday. You have a travel day. It's that home away weekend. You go to LSU. This is a team that you caught maybe at the wrong time in terms of what their top hitter was doing. She was co-offensive player of the week in Journey Robinson. She just went off for 67 kills over the weekend. They almost beat Oklahoma at home. Then they beat the Gators on Sunday.
Yeah, co is shocking to me because I don't know anybody. I thought it was 34-34 for 68 kills, so 67. Just an incredible performance by her. And, yeah, timing, you're right, is sometimes everything. I mean, they went 5 with Tennessee 2 nights earlier, and she had 30-plus. Obviously feeling it, back-to-back home games. They lost a heartbreaker. And,
Did I say Oklahoma at Tennessee? Yeah.
Yeah. And I could be wrong on that. But,
no, I think you're right.
The back-to-back massive performances by her, and they ended up splitting on the weekend from that.
Yeah, they played Tennessee. You're right.
Yeah.
33 kills against Tennessee. They played back-to-back ranked opponents in league play on Friday and Sunday.
Yeah, both going 5. The Tennessee one was I call it a 3-2 switcheroo, not a reverse sweep, because reverse sweep doesn't make sense to me.
3-2 switcheroo. That sounds good.
Yeah, I'm going to trademark that. We're working on how to get
Well,
that.
didn't Pat Riley trademark 3P?
Right.
So you need to do that.
I'm working on it.
We need to get you some money back so we can make that happen. I guess I was in my mind. I was thinking that Missouri lost at home to Oklahoma. That's what I was thinking about. I guess in terms of another Tiger team, right?
And another 5-gamer. The SEC's full of them. I mean, there's going to be a lot this year. I mean, I think I said to you as we were walking in before the show, points away from being 4-0, but you're 2-2, and you are what your record says. So we're going to have to find a way to win some of those tight ones. And twice this year we've given up significant leads in a set. That we've got to fix that if we're going to be in the top tier of the league.
What were some positives you took out of Sunday? You fought back. You forced a fifth.
Yeah, just different times, right? The first set, I thought Lily Hayes. If you're going to ask me later for the defensive player of the week, is set 1 against LSU. Lily was amazing and leading us to that victory. I thought at times our block was touching everything and making it incredibly difficult for LSU. I thought at times our serve, I thought we outpassed them, so our passing was good at times. It was the inopportune timing of the way the 5 sets roll. Like points go in, a rhythm, and it's unfortunately late second set to blow that lead, and then lose the third was that. That 1.25 sets of not playing well cost us 2 sets. So we've got to play better for longer durations if we're going to win 5-setters.
What changed? Because I was looking at some of the numbers, and I've had a couple or 2 people ask me, what changed from Friday when Alexis had 13 opportunities to attack that second ball, where on Sunday she only got 5 opportunities, really? How was LSU defending that? What were the causes for that?
Yeah, I think some of it, when you're a setter, is what the defense is giving you, right? And I think we had some good first and second touches throughout LSU, and I think maybe I'd have to rewatch this, but Stuckey's first 3 attacks were stopped. And so, LSU might say, hey, we're gonna make sure she can't score. She's coming off a triple-double. If you do that, then other people need to take advantage of openings, one-on-ones, things like that. So I think that Auburn was essentially giving us that, and LSU was not.
Okay. Fair enough. Hitter of the Week is our first weekly accolade that we promote here on the show. The Hitter of the Week, brought to you by Titan MRI and Imaging, has same-day scheduling available and easy self-pay. Now with 2 locations in Gainesville and 1 in Lake City. Start feeling better today. That's TitanMRI.com. It's your choice.
Yeah, Attacker of the Week, I went more Offensive Player of the Week, which I thought Stuckey with the triple-double was the way to go there. Also, Kill of the Week would be Alex back quick against Auburn, but I don't know specifically names of awards you're going to be given. But overall offensive effort of the week, I was going to go Stuckey.
Okay. The Save of the Week, brought to you by Fairlife Milk. Discover protein shakes by Fairlife Milk. Explore our 26-gram and 42-gram high-protein drinks, perfect for workout recovery and nutrition.
Third set versus Auburn. I have some notes here that I'm looking at, so sorry for the viewers.
That's okay.
But Elavogo, great save. Spun it quick, Stuckey to Madkin for the kill to put us up 22-15, and we end up winning that set 25-18. I thought that was, a dagger in terms of to go up 2-1.
Okay. We have our first caller on the Meldon Law, the official accident law firm partner of the Florida Gators. Meldon Law, we won't back down. Let's go to that Meldon Law phone line, which is 352-392-8255, where we have Mike standing by. Mike, go ahead with your question or comment for Ryan Theis.
Okay. First of all, let me send out a congratulations to the Lady Gators golf team who won the event in Oklahoma today and finished number 1. Ryan, on the I didn't get to watch the LSU game, but it seems like after I looked at the score in the 5th set, that's 2, where we've gotten to the 5th set where in the 5th set we forget how to play volleyball or something. Are we pressing? Is there something that you've seen out of those 5th sets that is causing such a wide, we weren't in the 5th set at all. So what happened there?
When you start out with, I think it might have been 4 consecutive hitting errors to go down 0-4, I think that your confidence as a hitter, your setter's confidence in setting people, all those things are affected. And so there's no doubt that the start of 5th sets can affect that, and I think we've run into that twice now, where we're starting off from behind, and it's difficult to catch up. It would be easier to catch up if it was 5-2, and you had a lot of really quality swings, and volleys just didn't go your way, and you knew with a great serve you could go at it. But to start off, some of that performance execution, we talk about, errors being, is it execution errors or is it decision errors? And sometimes it's some of each. And with this young group, again, I think I said this to Tom as we were walking in. The number of pin attacker experience we have, whether it's Melitza, Jordan, or Kira, who are now each in their maximum of 12 to 15 matches played collegiately. That confidence, it grows over time. It grows with experience. And right now we don't have that, and we're hoping to get it.
Mike, thanks for your call this evening. It is the Ryan Theis Show as you listen on WRUF. Back for more after this timeout.
Your home for Thursday Night Football all season long, right here on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
The jewelry store with the most likes, the most positive reviews, the most raving fans is International Diamond Center.
IDC is definitely a place that I will come to as long as I live here. This will be my go-to place always.
Literally the best jewelry store in town. You'll make friends for life coming in here. I felt like family from the beginning. The value was extraordinary.
I've got a beautiful diamond on my finger, and I'm very proud of it.
International Diamond Center.
I'm very happy to show it off.
At Celebration Point and online at shopidc.com.
90 years ago, 9 University of Florida faculty members started something big, Campus USA Credit Union, the first credit union on a U.S. college campus. Today, Campus USA is 160,000 members strong, proudly serving the community with auto loans, business loans, mortgages, and more. Whether you're just starting out or building your future, Campus is here to help you every step of the way. Stop by any campus location or join the team at campuscu.com. Campus USA Credit Union, celebrating 90 years of better banking.
Hey, have you ever talked to Ruse Agra over at State Farm?
Oh yeah, Ruse is awesome. Helped me get a ton of coverage for way less than I expected, and he serves all of North Florida. Super friendly too, actually takes time to explain everything.
Really? I thought State Farm would be pricey.
No, surprisingly great rates. You get that neighborly service you don't find everywhere. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I might give Ruse at State Farm a call.
You should. Call 352-240-1779 for a free quote. You'll be glad you did.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Looking for a roof you can trust to weather any storm? Atlantic Roofing has been covering North Central Florida for over 20 years. We're a third-generation, locally owned roofing company. From Alachua to Marion, Bradford, Levy, Gilchrist, Columbia, and beyond, we've got your home, your business, and your back. Visit AtlanticRoofing.com or call today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing, where quality rises above.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
When the unexpected happens, you need a legal team that's ready to fight for you, just like the Florida Gators. At Meldon Law, we're proud to partner with the Florida Gators to deliver winning results for those who have been injured at no fault of their own. With a strong record of success and a team that won't back down, Meldon Law is your trusted partner in tough times. Call Meldon Law at 352-373-8000 or visit us at meldonlaw.com.
It's the Ryan Theis Show, right here on W.
In Celebration Point, the official jeweler of the Florida Gators. If you'd like to join the show tonight, it is the Ryan Theis Show. A programming note, since the team will be traveling next week for a match on next Wednesday against, we will have the show on Monday night at 6 o'clock, so you can tune in then and get your questions and comments for Ryan Theis after the Gators play twice this weekend at home, Friday night against Missouri and Sunday against, I thought I'd never say this, Vanderbilt.
Yeah,
Vanderbilt in the SEC now with volleyball. And the phone line to call us tonight is the Meldon Law, official accident law firm partner of the Florida Gators. Meldon Law, we won't back down. The number is 352-392-8255. We go next to the Offensive Player of the Week. The Offensive Player of the Week brought to you by Campus USA Credit Union. Put some star power to work in your financial life with Campus USA Credit Union. I have my truck loan with them, by the way.
Yeah, I jumped the gun a little bit on offensive and went with Stuckey. I think we'll stay right there with that one. 4 players with double-digit kills Friday night and Stuckey's triple-double. That means she was playing pretty well.
Have you ever seen a quadruple-double?
In basketball.
Okay.
Throwing some block shots. I think it was Hakeem or David Robinson, I think, had a quadruple-double.
Okay.
In volleyball, you would need a heck of an ace or block performance to.
I was going to say blocks.
Yeah, to probably hit the 4 of them.
I'm going to look it up, but I want to see if Kelly Murphy ever came close because she played right side and she had to block the other team's outside when she was in the front row.
I would say if you had a 5-game screamer, but the question would be, are they counting those statistics as a half a block? Because even if she was part of 10 double blocks, she only gets credit for 5. Yeah.
Right. Let's go next then. We just talked a little defense there. The Defensive Player of the Week brought to you by Ruse Ogra, State Farm Insurance. State Farm agent Ruse Ogra is your go-to agent in Gainesville and North Central Florida for the service you deserve at the price you want.
Yeah, I threw out Dig of the Week as Ella Vogel. Kira also had a really great one in middle back against Auburn. I think we ended up losing the volley. But from overall defensive standpoint, I'll go Lily this week. I thought she played pretty well, and obviously in the libero position tallies up those digs pretty well. And she's been holding down the fort for us there, so we'll give that one to her.
After the start of this season, Ryan, you're now 4 matches into the SEC, 2 up, 2 down. Where is the next focus on what you work with this team when you have 2 home matches this coming weekend?
Well, there's the way we've been doing it is we do a short practice on Monday and lift to try and stay on our strength schedule to be good in November, December, and then Tuesday as the off day. And that gives the team a nice 48-hour break. On Mondays, kids that played a lot of minutes and took a lot of swings, they might have very, very little. Whereas some players who didn't play as much might be getting extra reps in or go harder, or we use male practice players. So Wednesday and Thursday, we have to immediately kick off and go into Mizzou and preparing for them. But from our perspective, it's just consistency and longer. So, for example, we've been high in hitting errors. So a drill might be, hey, we're going to be in rotation 2 against 3 blockers, and we've got to, physically attack aggressively 6 balls in a row off of a live serve, and can we consistently produce swings that put pressure on an opponent? Or are we having to tip it because setter hitter timing was off, or approaches were disrupted by serve patterns? So there's no doubt we need consistency inside out play, and that's a stat that, if you're above 65% side out, you win a whole lot of games. And you'll see the LSU one, for example, we were 70 in the first, won the first. At 15-9 in the second set, we were 77% side out. And I was like, great, if we're up in the 70s, we're good. We ended that set, I think, around 50 and lost the lead, right, because we gave up a point run. So side out percentage and consistency is huge for us, and then we'll be working on Mizzou.
You mentioned it earlier in terms of your opening comment there to that question that the strength and conditioning program that you're going to have, and they did that. They lifted on the, I guess today, they lifted.
Monday.
Yep. Oh, yesterday. Today's Tuesday. I beg your
Today
pardon.
was their off day.
How have things changed in that department? I mean, a lot of the folks who have been following volleyball for a long time, for 21 years, Matt Delancey ran the strength and conditioning program. What has changed? What has stayed the same? What is Jessie's style? Jessie Smith, the strength and conditioning coordinator.
She's high energy for sure, which as was Maddie D.
My goodness,
yes.
yes.
The classic Matt Delancey.
Sergeant.
Yep, yeah. So he still has a little bit of dabbling in with Dr. J, we call her. But high energy and consistent passion. She is day in and day out. What do we need to be doing? How can we be better? How can we be stronger? Are you getting in? Are you getting this in? Hey, can I take this injured player during practice and work her out over here? And I see her peppering with D, as D is rehabbing back during some of the things D isn't allowed to do. And I don't know a lot of strength coaches in the country that, during a downtime of a practice will take an injured player and pepper with her. So credit to Dr. J for her efforts and energy.
How are these programs tailored to the different players? It's often been said that the biggest leap for collegiate players from the freshman to sophomore year, because you're now on the nutrition plan, you're working out regularly, more regularly than you would in high school, and you've got to have something similar for all the players. But I would imagine that there are differences player to player. Yeah,
I think one of the things we look at, in our sport is I think they can get a lot stronger core. Shoulder strength, just as they mature and get older. Those are big ones. But one of the big ones we're looking at is, if you touch, 10 feet, 10 inches, right? If you're a high flyer, like a Jayla Auguste, right? One of the highest kids in the country. If you're up there, where are you jump 50 and where are you jump 100, right? And so the strength and conditioning coach, they may not take, women mature so much earlier than men. that, at 15, 16 years old, they might peak out with their highest jump touch. I mean, it might be 10 and a half feet, 10 feet, whatever it is. And they may just stay there for the next 6 years, but are they doing that jump at, 100, jump 100, swing 50? Are you still bringing the jets? So I think that's one of the biggest things you see. And then can you do it for 5 months straight? You see a lot of freshmen have some struggles in October and November because it's just the length of jumping and being that physical that long. So strength and conditioning is huge for that, just the longevity, the health, the ability to stay healthy, and then jump 1 versus jump 100.
We have a fan question that was sent in via email before the show tonight. It comes from Elizabeth. It says, Ryan, in the 13 matches so far, the Gators have won the first set in 10 of those matches, but have won set number 2 only 3 times. What is the cause of this after a set 1 W?
Well, I think if any of us knew that answer, we would be preventing it.
You'd be up 2-0.
Yeah, we'd be up 2-0, and instead of 7-6, maybe we'd be 10-3. But there's no doubt that whether it's execution, whether it's foot on the gas, whether it's level of engagement over durations of time. When we just talked about strength and conditioning, we talked about the age of your team and the ability to stay engaged for how long. And a lot of times, the older you are, the easier it is to stay engaged for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, because you've played all these 5-set matches, right? Jordan Bird, Kira Hudson, Melitza, Anaya. Again, I continue to just, how many times have those guys been in 2.5 hour matches and stayed engaged that long? And the answer is very, very little. So if we could just work on duration of staying engaged, duration of playing lower air volleyball, I think that would be helpful. And when I talk about consistency inside out, right? That's the other key. Are we better in game 1 because we're revved up? Are we better because we're not nervous and relaxed? Why are we better in game 1 than game 2?
It's time for us to take another timeout. We'll do that here. You're listening to the Ryan Theis Show on WRUF.
Home for Sunday Night Football all season long. WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
Gear up to root on the Gators at the University of Florida Bookstore at the Wrights Union. The UF Bookstore will be open from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. for all the orange and blue gear you need. There's a large selection of clearance items throughout the clothing department with many items up to 50% off original price. This is a great time to expand your Gator wardrobe and save some money too. So as you look to root on the Gators, debut some new orange and blue gear at the UF Bookstore, open noon to 5 on Sunday. So to score, just remember the University of Florida Bookstore inside the Wrights Union on campus, and go Gators!
Looking for a roof you can trust to weather any storm? Atlantic Roofing has been covering North Central Florida for over 20 years. We're a third-generation, locally owned roofing company. From Alachua to Marion, Bradford, Levy, Gilchrist, Columbia, and beyond, we've got your home, your business, and your back. Visit AtlanticRoofing.com or call today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing, where quality rises above.
Hey Gators, are you ready to rep your team in style? Head over to Alma Mater, the ultimate Florida Gator store right here in Gainesville, where you'll find everything you need to show off your Gator pride. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, we've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan. Whether you're gearing up for game day or just want to add some orange and blue to your wardrobe, we've got you covered. Everything designed and produced right here in the swamp. Visit us today at Alma Mater on the corner of 34th and University or almamaterdesign.com. Go Gators!
Pass, set, kill, point, Florida. Gator Volleyball fans, do you want to get closer to the action and support your favorite student athletes? Join the Gator Attack Club, the official booster club for Florida Volleyball. Your membership gets you exclusive access to events like Meet the Team socials, pre-match coaches' corners, and post-match receptions. To join the fun, visit GatorAttackClub.org. The Gator Attack Club. Join now and get ready to cheer the Gators on to victory. Go Gators!
Everybody out there listening has a great understanding of sports, and that means we all know that injuries are inevitable, and they can sometimes cause lots of stress in our lives. So that's why Titan MRI wants to make the process of finding out what's wrong as easy as possible. Their entire mindset is helping you get better, and they'll even have your scan read same day. Located right in the heart of Gainesville off of Newberry Road, access is awesome. No long walks from a parking garage. You can just walk right in and smile knowing that Joe and the crew at Titan MRI are going to get you all fixed up.
The Ryan Theis Show continues here on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the W.
I am really impressed by AJ bringing us the tune there. I don't know if he's even listening to me now. Ambrosia, you're the biggest part of me. I just wanted to start singing.
DJ Tom.
We're going way back. Way back. Let's get back on track here. The Ryan Theis Show on WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM. Your home of the Gators. And you can send us questions via YouTube if you're watching on YouTube this evening. The next accolade we do each week is the Sub of the Week. Sub of the Week is brought to you by Miapa Latin Cafe, serving the best Cuban food north of Miami. Now, with 6 locations in Alachua County and their new drive-thru in the city of Alachua. Visit Miapa Latin Cafe today. We might have to get you some of that Cuban coffee for your what is that mug again? What is it called?
Ember mug, climate controlled with my app on my phone.
The dude has it set at 145 degrees. Who drinks anything that hot?
I like my coffee hot.
Ouch. So who is our Sub of the Week?
Nye Madkin, coming off the bench against Auburn, played great. And her and Melitza have kind of flipped that role. Who's on the left, who's on the right, based on what Kira's doing. So I thought she played great and without question helped us get that win on Friday night.
You do have some versatility with those outside and right side hitters, the players on the pins. When you look at the matchup that you're going to have and trying to play that coaching chess match and who you want to get to be, I guess, on the offense first when you start a set, how do all those factors factor into your rotation plan, which rotation you want to open in?
Really good question. Sometimes a goal would be, hey, who do we want near left front because we think they're going to have a good offensive day? So that has ranged from, at times we'll throw Jayla there. At times it'll be Jordan Bird. Do we need that, or do we want someone blocking somebody's key outside, somebody's blocking someone's middle? So at the end of LSU, for example, in 4 and 5, we thought we knew how they would start, which was Journey in left front. And
right?
Yeah, and we thought that Jayla could score behind the setter against the other left side a little bit more frequently.
Okay.
And so that was the matchup we went for, and it was successful in 4, and then that bad start in 5. So you spin the dial and you get what a matchup is, but then it becomes a little bit, are we executing, right? And so sometimes those work out. Sometimes the opposite of what you thought going into a match works out. Sometimes a team will spin it 1 or 2. But there's no doubt you're thinking about who do we need to stop and who do we need to be effective for us. Even to the extent of, if you would say Auburn, Melitza was coming off 18 kills against Alabama, so got the start. But in my head, I knew that a key was going to be stopping the lefts, and Kira might be the best blocker in our gym. So
really?
So for her, it was, okay, we're going to start her on the left because Melitza's coming off this 18 kill, but if there's any struggles at all, we need to get Kira trying to stop Auburn's lefts. And so that's what you saw at 1-1. We made that switch, and it was effective and useful. And then Anaya came off the bench and played great. And that's what you're hoping for as a coach is, okay, I have plan A, I have plan B, and we executed well, and we got that win.
How far in advance, you hear this in football all the time, Why don't they want the ball? They want to defer to the second half. When you're looking at, let's say you win the coin toss, do you always want to be receiving serve? Or sometimes do you want to open serving if you have a hot server?
Almost always. Good question. You're absolutely right. I would say 90% of the time you're electing to receive, and that's because your side out typically is 65% and up, and your point scoring when you serve it is 45%. So your odds of scoring the first point are better if you receive. There are times because of a specific matchup or sub patterns, we only get 15 subs. So if, we might want to say, okay, let's serve in 4 instead of receiving in 3, because if we receive in 3, we're going to use 2 subs the first, 3 subs the first 2 rotations. So sometimes sub factors come into play. Sometimes it's, do we have a hot server? In the 5th set, is it, hey, Ella Vogel's serving phenomenal. We want her back there first. If we and the matchup favors it, let's pick serve. But that's pretty rare. About 80 to 90% of the time, you're picking serve receive.
Ella's been so consistent serving, and if you can get some of the servers that are more streaky, Emily Canan comes to mind. She can serve 10 points in a row and not break a sweat. And then there's some nights where it's hard to find that end line and keep the ball in. If you'd like to be part of our show tonight, we need you to call us on the Meldon Law fan phone line. It's 352-392-8255, 352-392-8255 as we roll along here in the Ryan Theis Show. The next one is the Ace of the Week. Ace of the Week is brought to you by Quality Plumbing. When you need a quality plumber, rely on the same company that Gainesville has trusted for more than 40 years. Quality Plumbing, their name says it all.
Ace of the Week, we had a back and forth 3rd set against Auburn, and Stuckey came up with a 7-4 in that set ace that I think, in my opinion, all of a sudden, boom, instead of close, we're up 3, we're up 4. And that one I thought helped us get that 2-1 lead in that match as well. So I'm going with Stuckey at, I think it was 6-4 or 7-4 in the 3rd against Auburn as the Ace of the Week.
Ace of the Week. Speaking of serving, and you hear this a lot, you used the basketball reference earlier as an analogy, but what do you work on in terms of repetition in serving? We've seen most of the players with a jump float. We've heard, last week we heard from one of your assistant coaches, Abby, that you've got one player that has a heavy topspin serve, but is one of the more youthful players. We've seen a mixture of some short serves, but most of them have been driving serves, driving that float serve deep. What do we expect as we move forward? Because I know you said you'd like to see more pressure on the opposing serve-receive line, and also some more aces, hopefully.
Yeah, we're a little low in that ace number, which is surprising because I think we have the capability to do it. We call it fastball changeup, right? Or our normal serve, for example, would go about 40 miles an hour, and then we radar gun it and we calculate. And so the interesting part about free throws versus serving is 2 different things. If you make free throws at 85%, you're considered a great free throw shooter.
Oh, yes.
Well, you could stand there and make 85% of your serves. I mean, I'll serve 6 straight minutes
they're lollipops,
on our team and not miss any, right? So you need to be a reasonable level of aggressive and in. And that number we're looking for is under 2 errors per set. 1.8 is pretty good. 85% in. So, that's where I think it and there's no defense, right, to a serve.
Right.
So that's where everybody thinks free throws are the same. But there is a lot of pressure to try and get the team out of system, hit your zones. So if the majority of the time we're serving around 40 miles an hour, then we have what we would call a dropper. And we're trying to put that ball around 34 miles an hour. And that hopefully, instead of pushing a passer back to 26, 27, 28 feet, that ball might push them up to 18, 19 feet because the velocity will have it drop. I would say we aren't great yet this year at fastball versus changeup, regular serve versus dropper. And then there's also the short ball, which you'll usually see have some arc go up. And we're trying to drop that one inside of the 10-foot line. So when Walt's been giving short and a serve goes at 13, 14 feet, that's a lollipop and pretty easy. So I think between those 3 serves, we just need to have more, does a server have all 3, right? And like Taylor Parks, for example, has all 3, and she's out right now. I know.
Right.
I know against Auburn it was really late, and I was like, okay, Jayla served at 24-23, and that would have been a situation when we would have used Taylor 100%, and we had the subs left to do it. I talked to Jayla after the match and said, Jayla, at 24-23, they call timeout. If I would have taken you out for a serve sub, would you have said, why is Ryan doing that, or would you have said, thank God?
Good question.
And she said, so many emotions, Ryan, I don't know the answer. And I said, okay. Well, I left you in and you made it, so good job. But really at that point, their outside hitters were swinging so well that Jayla has a high probability of ace. She has a high probability of error, 100%. She's going to make some aces and she's going to miss some serves. But at that point, it was, hey, if she can get an immediate ace, this match is over. And we were up 1. If we'd have been down 1, we probably would have used a serve sub there. Even without Taylor, we would have probably put, maybe Melitza, if she wasn't in the normal rotation, she was. We could have gone Anaya. We could have gone Lauren. We'd already used Bella. So, I think when you talk about serving, we're evaluating point scoring percentage throughout a match. So a fan will go, why is Emily Kanan not serving? Well, Anaya stayed in because Emily Kanan was at that point, like 30% point scoring, and our goal is 45. So we're okay. Emily's not feeling it, or they have her serve figured out. So let's leave Anaya in to hit a good one and see and then she got 2 points. Later we used Bella instead of maybe Kira, maybe Melitza. I'm trying to think of who we subbed in for.
We had
Jordan, but all of a sudden Bella rattles off 2 points. So the serve subs are incredibly valuable, and we pay attention to that stat throughout the match.
Before we get to our next break, a quick look ahead at what you have this weekend. You mentioned some of the matchups against Auburn. They had the Dreves, the sophomore, who didn't have a hitting error until the 4th set.
Unreal.
And Markovska. I mean, she's taken Bicks and pipes and no errors until the 4th set. She was incredible and just a leap from that freshman year, now averaging over 4 kills per set. And Markovska, when she got going, Brent Crouch wasn't kidding. She's just the emotional vocal leader of that team. But you adjusted well and took the match in 4.
Yeah, no, really a huge team effort. We've talked about it a couple of times now. 4 people, double-digit kills, Stuckey's triple-double. Good job on the defensive end. We matched them in blocks per set. They were number 2 in the nation coming in. I think they ended with 9, and we ended with 9. So just a great team effort.
How do they compare to the 2 teams you'll see this weekend? I mean, LSU, pin-oriented with Naya and Journey, and then the two aforementioned outsides for Auburn.
Yeah, interestingly enough, very similar scout reports so Friday, Sunday last week was you're going to have to stop the lefts.
Okay.
And we did that all until, the bitter end, right? And Auburn ran it really fast, whereas LSU runs more of a standard tempo.
Okay.
But it was you're going to have to stop lefts to compete. Both teams this weekend have really strong, imperfect middle attack. So they want to go middle when the pass is good. Both also have one left who is super physical. So one left, 2 middles, and that's a little different combination than both opponents last weekend. The good news is there's some similarity. So as you're preparing Wednesday and Thursday for Mizzou, there's a little bit of Vandy sprinkled in there. That quick turnaround to Saturday, you get a Saturday.
At least you're at home, though, not traveling.
Yeah, you get a Saturday practice after, a long match on a Friday night. It's just you can't do much, so it's more walkthrough style. And sometimes we'll try and dabble in on that on Monday a little bit. But fortunately, the last 2 weekends, last weekend and this coming weekend, there is some similarities, so we don't have to do anything too crazy.
2 matches at home at the Stephen C. O'Connell Center this weekend. Friday night, the Gators take on the Missouri Tigers, ranked 25th in the latest AVCA poll, and then turn around and play the conference newcomer, Vanderbilt, on Sunday afternoon. You can hear the action right here, and you can hear more of the Ryan Theis Show after this brief timeout.
WRUF,
where Gator Nation comes alive.
98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Powered by ESPN.
WRUF, your home for Gator sports.
Pass, set, kill. Point, Florida.
Gator Volleyball fans, do you want to get closer to the action and support your favorite student athletes? Join the Gator Attack Club, the official booster club for Florida Volleyball. Your membership gets you exclusive access to events like Meet the Team socials, pre-match coaches' corners, and post-match receptions. To join the fun, visit GatorAttackClub.org. The Gator Attack Club. Join now and get ready to cheer the Gators on to victory. Go Gators!
International Diamond Center's values are so compelling, it's not unusual to see people here that are not local.
Every day, we have people that drive an hour and a half, even 2 hours.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire.
People are willing to drive because they've heard it's not a typical jewelry store.
For example, did you know IDC has one of the largest selections of luxury pre-owned Rolexes in America?
You're going to want to come to IDC. It's worth the drive.
International Diamond Center in Celebration Point and online at shopidc.com.
Looking for a roof you can trust to weather any storm? Atlantic Roofing has been covering North Central Florida for over 20 years. We're a third-generation, locally owned roofing company. From Alachua to Marion, Bradford, Levy, Gilchrist, Columbia, and beyond, we've got your home, your business, and your back. Visit AtlanticRoofing.com or call today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing, where quality rises above.
Hey, have you ever talked to Ruse Agra over at State Farm?
Oh yeah, Ruse is awesome. Helped me get a ton of coverage for way less than I expected, and he serves all of North Florida. Super friendly too, actually takes time to explain everything.
Really? I thought State Farm would be pricey.
Nope, surprisingly great rates. You get that neighborly service you don't find everywhere. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I might give Ruse at State Farm a call.
You should. Call 352-240-1779 for a free quote. You'll be glad you did.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
90 years ago, 9 University of Florida faculty members started something big, Campus USA Credit Union, the first credit union on a U.S. college campus. Today, Campus USA is 160,000 members strong, proudly serving the community with auto loans, business loans, mortgages, and more. Whether you're just starting out or building your future, Campus is here to help you every step of the way. Stop by any campus location or join the team at campuscu.com. Campus USA Credit Union, celebrating 90 years of better banking.
When the unexpected happens, you need a legal team that's ready to fight for you, just like the Florida Gators. At Meldon Law, we're proud to partner with the Florida Gators to deliver winning results for those who have been injured at no fault of their own. With a strong record of success and a team that won't back down, Meldon Law is your trusted partner in tough times. Call Meldon Law at 352-373-8000 or visit us at meldonlaw.com.
Theis Show, right here on
Meldon Law phone line is 352-392-8255. My name is Tom Collett. We want you to be part of the show with your question or comment for Ryan. We'll dive right into our next segment, the top SEC intriguing matches from the past week, the week that we had. And that's brought to you by Alma Mater, the ultimate Florida Gator store right here in Gainesville, where you'll find everything you need to show off your Gator pride. 34th and University, right behind PDQ.
Yeah, it's really tough. I mean, when you look at past matchups, it's really difficult in this league because I think of the 16 teams in the SEC right now, 13 of them are in the NCAA tournament, if it started today. I mean,
really? We had 9 last year.
I mean, it isn't going to be 13 because of the way the schedule falls and you play everybody once. So you get one shot against a team, and that one shot knocks you from 6th to 8th, and that's just where we're at right now. I thought the Florida Auburn one, I'm always going to put something on us for most intriguing for sure. Tennessee LSU, that was a 3-2 Tennessee one. That would have been both teams 2-1 in the league, and instead Tennessee comes out 3-0 and LSU goes to 1-2 and then knocks us off. So middle ones are amazing. And then I've got stuff on the upcoming week, but I'll wait till you ask me that question.
Yeah, we'll get to that one. For me, the most intriguing win was, and where is Arkansas gone? Because Vanderbilt swept them in their building. The first win for Vanderbilt in league.
Yeah, I think there's going to be, ups and downs of teams for sure. Congrats to Vanderbilt, and I'm sure Arkansas has something in the tank coming for their next week opponents.
Next up, and you alluded to it just moments ago, the matches to watch in the SEC this week. And the matches to watch are brought to you by Doreen Wiebe, Realtor, Coldwell Banker, M.M. Parrish. Are you in the market to buy or sell your home? Doreen Wiebe, a Realtor with Coldwell Banker, M.M. Parrish, will provide you with fast, friendly, and reliable service. Call her today, 352-562-1411, to help your dreams come home.
Yeah, easy ones are Florida-Mizzou Friday and Florida-Vanderbilt Sunday. Those
are the easy ones.
Those are the easy ones. And then tomorrow night's loaded. We got Kentucky versus A&M and Tennessee versus Texas. Those are going to be two great SEC matches, and I would think hundreds of thousands or millions of eyes are going to be on that on TV. That's a pretty fun Wednesday night of volleyball.
You look at the standings, there are 4 teams left undefeated in league play. Texas, Texas A&M, Tennessee, and Kentucky. They're all playing tomorrow night.
Yep. Somebody's got to lose one.
Someone's got to lose one somewhere. The last of our weekly accolades is the Libero Play of the Week, and it's brought to you by UF Bookstores. We don't sell diplomas, just everything you need to get one. UF Bookstores, your one-stop shop for all things Gators. And a shout-out to one of our guests from last week's show while you were out on the road with the recruiting trail, as Lily Hayes joined us along with Abby Gilliland, and she performed marvelously. So the Libero Play of the Week, brought to you by UF Bookstores.
First set versus LSU, just really early. I want to say it put us up 9-8, so maybe 8-8 in the first against LSU. Lily had, I think, a 2 or 3 dig volley, just completely outside of body line, fully sprawled out. It's not like they were down balls hit at her. It was her making terrific defensive plays. So I want to say 8-8 or 9-8 LSU game 1, Lily Hayes.
I think I asked this of Abby last week in terms of how the liberos / DSs, they don't have their own room, let's say like a wide receiver room or a quarterback room in football. But as a group, they seem to be all on the same page, all ready to substitute when their number is called. And then I had someone ask me this. We've always just had, at least of late, just one with a libero jersey when you're allowed to do 2.
Yeah, I think the issue with one is, with our current roster, is you don't have the ability to play all of them. Mm-hmm. So we like the idea of if one of the 3 is off, that Bella Lee, for example, can come in and mm-hmm. go in that spot. And if she's in the libero jersey, she cannot.
Okay.
So there are teams who have a really good server that they'll play just them as the second libero. So they
Mm-hmm.
might have a libero play all the time, and then the other libero serves. So it's essentially like using a serve sub without using a sub. We have kicked around that idea, but don't necessarily have someone we want not active throughout the match so that they only serve.
Okay. Let's take just a little bit of a dive into what you have coming up this weekend. We said it's Missouri on Friday night, and then on Sunday it's the Vanderbilt Commodores. When you take your first look at this Missouri squad, currently ranked number 25 in the latest AVCA poll, they were picked to finish 4th in the league coming into this season. And we talked about you're going to have to stop the pins, and Kaylin Alexander, who, of course, in this day and age of NIL and transfer portal, spent the last 3 seasons in Hawaii, of all places. And she's really been the offensive spark for this team, especially as of late.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Going to have to get stops on her. But as I mentioned earlier, both teams this weekend like to set those middles in perfect. So we're going to have to stop some middles. And then, as you mentioned, her in transition and on the left side for sure.
How would you characterize their offense as opposed to what we saw the past week?
Well,
they run it faster.
Auburn runs it faster than almost anybody. I don't know that we'll see that tempo much the rest of the year. Maybe occasionally. LSU a little bit more standard tempo. Mizzou a little bit more standard tempo. When I say standard tempo, I mean about our speed to the outside, which is, your outside hitters are coming off their left foot. Second step of their fourth step approach. The set's going to be in the air about 1 second, 0.9 to 1.1. That's a little bit more standard for both teams this weekend.
What do you hope to see out of this Florida Gator team bouncing back after the tough road loss in Baton Rouge on Sunday?
Yeah, just consistency of side out. I mean, the big, where our fans would say, where we would say, is we have probably 3 times this year lost a set when we were winning by more than 5 points. And when you get up 5, it's just counting off the side outs, right? So if you're at 18 to 13, we need 7 more side outs. And if you get a point, you get an ace, you get a block. If you earn a point from the service line, you get to knock one of those off. If they miss a serve, it knocks one of those off. But you've got to earn those side outs. And